Alright, so we're just pulling up to Bayport Ramp. We're gonna go pull some blue crab traps today. It's pretty gloomy. Hopefully it doesn't rain on us. When we get done pulling blue crab traps, maybe we'll do a little bit of fishing, and we'll see what happens. So
last time when we baited them, we got this giant storm that just blew in super fast, and it was crazy. The gusts of wind were like 20 to 30 mile an hour.
It was rough. We'll roll in a little bit of footage of that right here.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Oh my God. You're making a video.
Yes,
say hi to the camera.
Hi guys, so this is my channel today, and right now
What are we gonna do?
we're on the boat and we'll get fish and see if fish get rain on us. If fish get rain on us, we'll get peace out. Okay.
You ready to catch some fish?
Yeah. We're not gonna catch them.
Oh yeah, actually. You ready to get some crabs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey everybody! I'm gonna show you guys and Mackenzie here how to bait a crab trap. You ready to start? It is hot up here. You need some shoes on. Alright, so you're gonna open your little bait container. And you're gonna grab your chicken drumstick and put it right in the middle. Make sure it stays pinched. Good job. Drop it in. Good girl. Alright. Yep, and then you want to close it. And you put this little bungee strap over the top so that your chicken doesn't fall out.
Yeah.
And when you throw your traps, make sure that your actual trap door is locked shut. Okay? Alright. And when you throw it, you also want to make sure that your chicken, your bait trap, is down on the touching the ocean floor. Okay? Alright. Hold on. Alright. Yep, you're going to grab the buoy. And you always want to mark your spots so that you know where your crab traps are. Alright. Throw your buoy first when Daddy says go, okay? Yeah, that's oysters. Don't touch those.
Alright, are you ready?
Yeah.
Alright, throw your trap.
Good job. Alright. Hold it. Drop it down. Good job.
Good job, Mackenzie. Good job, Katie.
Thanks.
Alright, look guys.
Daddy!
Yeah, crabs.
Daddy, a lot of crabs.
Yeah, it's a good one.
We're gonna have
Not
some
bad.
crabs tonight.
All males. You can tell they're males because their claws don't have any vibrant color, you know, like a red look. The females, they have what some people like to call lipstick. They're real colorful. And we'll show you the difference on the bottom. You can actually tell for sure on the bottom, but you can tell by the color once you're experienced at this. And the catfish like to get in the traps as well. Sometimes that just happens. You need to keep these alive until you eat them, or until just before. So we're gonna put them inside this live well.
Watch your fingers, guys.
Wow. That's a big
Jameson, get
crab.
back.
That's a big crab.
Yeah,
Get out here, crab. There's claws right there.
Normally I would take the trap and shake it, but since we've got the kids on the boat right now, all up close and personal, I don't want any to fall on their feet.
Ow.
Hey,
That
can
is
you
not
hold one
pleasant.
up right here next to the camera to show them?
Yeah,
That's
check it out. This one's a little bit rusty.
So what she means by rusty is, you see how it's got that rusty look. And it's got something to do with the stage of the molting process that they're in.
Ow.
On a later video we'll go more into that, but that's pretty scientific for today.
Woo, there he goes. Yeah, we're almost there.
All right right, guys, you can go ahead and drop it here.
All right. Good job. All right. Woo!
Always make sure that your hands and your legs and your feet, everything like that, are free and clear of the lines. You do not want to get tangled in any rope you're throwing.
Yeah.
Remember that, guys.
Very important. Woo!
All right, we're gonna get up on the plane and get to the next spot.
Expect your boat to get super messy when you're crabbing. Are you gonna help pull out the deck?
Yeah.
All right. You gotta start them young, right?
Daddy, here you go.
All right, we got 2 in this one. Look, Mackenzie.
Look, 2 crabbies.
Oh.
Crabbies!
And
2
some
more.
yummy chick bone.
Some yummy chicken bone, right?
Yeah. All right, guys, so we're getting ready to drop this trap, and right now we're in about 3 foot of water at a flat tide. It's 6 foot of water right now. All right, guys, go ahead and throw that trap.
All right. Push it in. Woo! Good job.
Yeah. It's done.
No crabs.
Bust.
All right, let's move this one.
Look, guys.
This one we've moved several times, so this is the one that doesn't really do very good. I don't really like those single layer traps.
Look.
I know, super dirty. Here, let me hold your hands to help you get down, and then you can go wash them. All right.
Wanna do that, Mama?
All right, come on up. Nice and flat out here.
Sure is. Looks like some fog rolling in out there. I got this.
All right,
Right
you
down.
pulling the rope?
Yep.
All right.
Look at all myself.
All by yourself? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
You think there's anything in there, Mackenzie?
Pull it up. Pull it up.
I see crabs. Whoa, Mackenzie.
Oh, good
You
job,
got the best one yet. Look at that.
All right, grab the trap. Grab the trap.
Whoa, look at that big one.
Wow, that one's huge. Okay, you can look up.
What do we have?
Wow.
1, 2, 3. What is there? 4?
4. Yep, 4.
Wow, look at that big one.
That's nice. That's
That's
jumbo.
a real good one. Mackenzie, give me a high five. She's already getting the bait. Good girl.
Good job.
I can go on it. Go on it. Can go on
All right, very nice, very nice.
Yeah.
Hi, Bobby. Hi. A boy right there. What's this
Just
one?
wanted to show you guys some of our crabs. Take a look here. They're still alive. Nice and feisty. Wouldn't stick my finger in there. Check this one out. This is a good one over here. That's the biggest one. All right. We'll check back with you at dinner time, guys.
All right. Last trap.
Then we'll go leave.
I tell you, here soon, when stone crab season opens up, we'll make a video showing you guys how to catch stone crabs.
Yeah.
Mackenzie, you want to catch some stone crabs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jameson, what do you think? You want to catch some stone crabs?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys, we just got done pulling our traps. Now we're gonna head back to the house and show you what it looks like when we clean them and then cook them.
our crabs after we've made sure that they're all alive. We put them in a nice little ice bath. So they're hanging out here in their bucket, or in the cooler, with the ice, and I'm gonna put some water on them.
You basically just want enough water here so that the crabs can get down in that watery ice brine, that slurry I should say.
It keeps them alive, but it makes them very chill, so that they're not trying to pinch you while you're shucking them. Some people do not shuck them. Personally, we do, because I don't like to eat guts. Neither does Greg.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like boiling a pot of guts sounds less appetizing than, you know, we clean them like we do any other fish, and then we put them in the pot and steam them or boil them, whichever, and they come out better that way. That's our preference. Anyway, so as you can see, the crabs are just gonna cool off here. This is the quickest way to deal with this. This will chill them out. Alright, so after a couple minutes, come out here and your crabs should be sleeping. So go ahead and get them out.
Yeah, he seems pretty calm.
Typically, you'd go ahead and get, you know, all of them out or half of them out and do all of them at once, but we're going to do 1 or 2 in slow motion, so to speak, for you guys.
Alright, so the first thing I like to do is grab all of their legs on one side. And then I push one point sort of into the ground or onto the table or whatever you're doing. Put one thumb underneath the shell and pull against each other. And there you go. I like to take out these dead man's fingers or the gills or lungs, whatever you like to call them. Rip off the face. That's the eyes and all the little mouth and whatnot. And then you want to get this, the male plate off, or female, whatever kind of crab you have. It has also these little like things in there. Get those out too. And then we take them.
Basically just set them in a row there. After you've got several of them, you just kind of, if you've got a hose nozzle, you know, that'll help some, but it's not necessary. Time to wash that out. Don't be too brutal on the meat. You know, some of them, depending on the stage that they're in, it could be, you know, easy to let some of that meat get messed up. But you want to get in there and make sure that, you know, you clean it out. You don't want any of that gross stuff in there. Sometimes there'll be a couple things that stick and you might have to go by hand. And then when we're done, we'll pick them all up and wash them off, obviously. And then they go in this bowl. And then they go inside and go in the steamer. And we'll show you that after this. So let's show them another one.
Alright.
Grab a nice big one.
Alright.
Here, look at this one.
Oh, yeah.
Good. It'll work.
That one in there's huge. So yeah, it's a lot easier to do them when they're in this sleeping state. If you take them all out of the ice, they will, most of the time, wake back up and start crawling around. So make sure you do them quickly or leave the rest in there.
Yeah, if you just leave them in the driveway and think you're going to come back in 10 minutes and do them, they might be gone. They'll walk off. We've had it happen.
Walking down the driveway. Alright. Everything off of there.
So as you can see right now, it's not super desirable inside there, but when you're done,
a lot of people do eat them whole, like they call the guts the mustard.
yeah, yeah, a lot of people do.
That's just not for us.
Yeah, they just steam them whole, and I mean, you know, I'm not knocking them.
No.
To each their own, but me personally,
Yeah, it's
I
all
like
personal preference.
Yeah.
Some people like really seasoned crabs. Some people like to eat them plain. Same thing with this. All right. Well, we're gonna go inside and start, or I'm gonna, I guess, shuck the rest of these crabs. I got a ton left to do. nice and clean. We're gonna put them in our big Bayou Classic pot. We've got a nice little steaming bucket in there, and I'm gonna just gently lay them in. We've already got some vinegar poured in. Maybe like, what did you say, like half cup?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't need to be too precise. Depends on how many crabs and how much water, but just, you know, good splash.
Some people like to boil them. We are specifically steaming them. I like them steamed.
So after she gets a good layer in there, then we take some Old Bay and sprinkle it on there.
All right, you can go ahead with that.
I don't have the Old Bay.
We like our crabs really seasoned, if you can't tell. All right, next layer.
Full disclosure, that was actually the wrong side of the thing. That was the big side. Whoops. But we still do like...
There's still a ton. Put a little bit of salt in there too, sea salt.
Yeah, I did actually. I put some more on top of them. So now we're gonna let them sit in here in this boiling pot with a lid for about 20 minutes.
All right, we'll see you when we're shucking them.
Look at all those crabs.
You ready to eat these blue crabs, Mackenzie?
Yeah! These are gonna be good.
You ready to eat these blue crabs, Jameson? You ready to eat these?
I am. I know we said that we were gonna do crab cakes, but we're all starving, so we're just gonna dive right in.
We'll do a crab cake video another day.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I like crabs.
You like crab cakes?
Mm-hmm.
You like to make crab cakes. All right. So I'll do a nice big one to show you guys how to do it. Is it good?
Mom, can you show me how to break it open?
Yeah. Okay. So watch.
So
You take the crab and you're gonna break it in half.
like I know.
Yeah, break it in half, just like that. And then you want to turn it over and peel that black plate off of there.
Ew.
And that way you can peel off each
Mommy, I like
little
to
leg.
get all the guts out of them.
You do. You didn't help me this time. You were hanging out inside. But yeah, you got a nice big chunk of meat right there.
I want some. Daddy.
I'll give you some in a second.
Daddy.
Alright, so you just keep picking it off. And then once you get enough of that back plate off of there, you can just sort of set them free. Look at that. That looks good.
Can I eat it?
Yeah, you can have it.
Because it's a big.
It's a big one.
I'm not going to dip all that in. So.
You don't have to. You don't have to.
Good.
Alright, let's show him another one.
Alright. And then you just sort of break off the legs, just like that, and you get your little crab pops.
Go. I'll do my own.
Okay. Crab pop. Alright, I'm going to show you guys how I like to shuck a blue crab. I take them and I break them in half. Real easy. They have this like plate on the back, and I peel that off. And one by one, as you get the back plate peeled off, you can start peeling away the legs. So I start with the big one, and you get like a nice little chunk of meat that comes out each time. Most of the time. Sometimes you'll get like one or two that come out a little funky, but you just keep plucking them. And you might have another way that you do it, and if you do, leave a comment below on how you do it, and maybe we'll try it. I used to do them a different way, but it was just really hard to dig the meat out, and this way is a lot more pleasant. Look at that. Doesn't that look good? So see, like this one, he's missing a leg, so that one's gonna be a little bit difficult to get out. But break that down. All right. There we go. There's another one. Blue crab is just so good. It's really sweet. We like a lot of seasoning on it, but it's so good. No matter how we do it. We've done them in crab cakes and crab stuffed mushrooms. So tasty. And then of course with the claws, we just take a mallet and just hammer them down. I can show you guys. You know where the mallet is, babe?
It's over there somewhere. Yeah, you can also use like a thick spoon, and you can slap the side of them, and they'll crack open. It's a little bit more of a pain.
Yeah, a butter knife.
Yeah, there's a lot of things you can use, but we just have like a meat tenderizer here, basically, and it's got a flat side, and so
yeah, we use this as our crab whacker. All right, so just give it a good little whack. Sometimes shells will hit the ceiling.
Yeah.
But you have to expect that when you're eating crabs. It is very messy. Crabbing is messy.
Yeah,
Shucking the crabs is messy.
I mean, your boat will be, you know, covered in mud
So
and everything
dirty.
else, and raw chicken. Look, here, check this out. Let me get it closer
So-
to that. Slow down.
Yeah. And then you just pull it off. The claw section has this little plate in the middle. You don't want to eat that. It's not very good. I wouldn't recommend. And then this section back here. Blue crab is very like sweet, and even if you season it with like Old Bay or Cajun, it still has this just really, really good sweet flavor to it.
And you can do a lot of stuff with them. So like if you have a bunch of leftover blue crabs, you can take all of that meat, shuck it out, and put it in something like crab cakes or crab stuffed mushrooms. You can make crab dip. There are a lot of things you can do with it.
Seafood chowder, Alfredo.
We've made crab stuffed jalapeno poppers wrapped in bacon. We call them
On the smoker.
yeah, on the smoker. What we said, like Southwest style.
Southwest Florida style.
Southwest Florida style.
Yeah, I don't remember what we called them. It was a catchy name. We'll probably put it in a
Maybe we'll
little
make a video
section
of
right
it.
here. Yeah. We'll come up with a good name for it.
But they were pretty good. Yeah, I mean, my favorite way to do it is have them real hot and eat
Seasoned
the
with
claws
Old
in the
Bay.
butter, seasoned with Old Bay. Yep. And then my next favorite way, well, actually, it's pretty close. Would be crab cakes. I mean, these crab cakes we make. We'll do a video of those. They are so good.
Yeah.
And right up there is the crab stuffed mushrooms. Those are video worthy. We're gonna make a video of those. Those are really good.
Those are awesome.
We'll start making some videos just on recipes on how to cook different things that we do. We've got some really good recipes.
If you guys would like to see more videos like this, please leave a comment and let us know. We had a lot of fun making it. Our kids did. If you can't tell, Mackenzie had so much fun pulling those traps today. She felt like she was on top of the world. It was cool.
Yeah, so subscribe to the channel. Give the video a like. We appreciate it. And we'll see you next time.
Hey, so hold the blue crab. I want to show you how to do the blue crab. So, guys, this is the end of this video. I hope you like this video, but peace out.
Good job.